For more than a century, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway has pushed the limits of innovation, safety, and speed.
And that innovation will be on display yet again at the Brickyard when hundreds of college students from around the globe gather in October for the Indy Autonomous Challenge. Now, it's the world's first high-speed, head-to-head driverless car race with a lot of money on the line as well. The total purse at more than $1.5 million. Now, the Indy Autonomous Challenge will put the innovation spotlight on Indiana, and the engineering and innovation could someday lead to commercialization of fully driverless vehicles. And I'm pleased this week to be joined by Indianapolis Motor Speedway President Doug Boles and Energy Systems Network CEO Paul Mitchell, co-organizers of the event, who are going to talk about what I think is just an amazing event. And gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I want to talk about, you unveiled the car this week, but first of all, Doug, this is very futuristic, very technology focused, but yet it really does get back to the roots and the history and the heritage of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
You know, you're right. It's really strange, right? It is about the future. It is about the future of automation and transportation. But it's really why the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was created 111 years ago when Carl Fisher and his partners built the Speedway. It was to test the new technology of the day and really try to advance the way that we moved people throughout commerce and entertain them at the same time. So to partner with ESN on the Indy Autonomous Challenge is just an extension, really, of the dream that Carl Fisher had in 1909 when he built the Speedway.
Yeah. Paul, give us a thumbnail description of this event. Driverless cars. You unveiled the official car, if you will, the Indy car, a very different looking. I mean, it looks like an Indy car, but with no cockpit, no driver, a lot of technology. Give us a thumbnail description, Paul, of the Indy Autonomous Challenge.
Absolutely, Gary. So we've got 30 teams, the best and brightest minds from around the world, representing 30 plus different world-class research universities competing. It's $1 million prize competition. They're going to run fully autonomous vehicles for 20 laps. That's 50 miles around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, head-to-head. So the vehicles will be out there racing against each other. And the winner goes home with $1 million prize. You know, so it's a very high stakes, but also extremely cutting edge. I mean, we are pushing automation to the absolute limit through this competition.
Yeah. Well, and these cars, they're not going to be, they're going to really be scooting around the Speedway, right? How fast are these cars going to go?
So these are real race cars. I mean, for those people who are Indy 500 fans and been out to the Speedway, they know that you got to have speed if you're going to be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And so these vehicles will be going 180, pushing 200 miles an hour in a real open wheel race car that will look familiar, except that there'll be no driver in it. It'll be operated entirely by the computer and really the robot driver, if you will, that's inside that vehicle.
Yeah. Doug, talk about the vehicle, because you look at it, it's a really cool looking car, an Indy car, but again, no driver, no cockpit. But top of it, it's amazing technology. I think the value of these cars are at about $1 million each.
You know, it's really exciting. You think about IndyCar racing today and all of the things, the technology that's in those cars and all of the things you can learn, and how important a driver is to deliver that information. What we're excited about this is it is essentially an Indy car, and it's going to be the same for every team, right? The tires are the same, the engines are the same, the aerodynamic setups are the same. So what's really on display here is going to be the technology inside it that's operating the vehicle. And it's not just programming it to go around the track once. It's programming it to go around the track for 50 miles at 180 miles per hour plus with other cars and trying to figure out how to navigate and be the first car to cross the yard of bricks. So the technology is really, really impressive in this, and I can't wait to see what these university students are able to do with these race cars.
Yeah, bringing great talented university students here. Paul, talk about the impact that this will have, in your view, kind of off the track, if you will, this focus on innovation and entrepreneurship and technology and what's going to happen at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That focus comes from around the world, again, back here in Indiana, and it kind of reflects, as you look at, here's Indiana, a state that's doing this kind of thing, may have some residual impact with corporate America, companies around the globe as they look at innovation and Indiana.
Well, there's no hotter topic in industry and innovation than AI, data, artificial intelligence, data analytics, and this is really an AI race. So the the universities and the team members that are competing, they're not just going to go into the automotive industry. Certainly some of them will, and I know probably some of them will wind up working for teams that race in the Indy 500. But what our hope is that this will lead to connecting this talent base to all of the industries across the state of Indiana. They're looking for AI talent, and create new relationships and linkages between these universities, this pool of entrepreneurial students, and the Hoosier State for years to come.
Very good. And we've only got about 45 seconds left, but Doug, can't let you get away with that. There's going to be a little race between now and October, the Indy Autonomous Challenge, the Indianapolis 500. Your thoughts now? Last year, a very difficult year, obviously. A lot of questions still about, hey, what's going to happen? Your thoughts as we're now just a few months away from May.
Well, we're certainly hoping that we can have the Indy 500 in May with fans. We're working towards that. That's what the team is focused on. We're just going to have to see how things play out here over the next few weeks with the vaccine, but we're really hopeful that this year we can open the gates in May.
Look forward to that, and look forward to the Indy Autonomous Challenge. Going to be an amazing event in October. Can't wait to see it. Paul Mitchell, Energy Systems Network, Doug Boles, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Thank you both. I know we'll be doing more stories on this between now and October.
Thanks, Gary.
All right.